Hey Jets, I'm here to talk about suits today. You are probably, or you have been told that you will need a suit here in Japan. It is very customary that people wear suits at work, not all the time, and some schools not at all. But at least every person owns a suit in Japan once they enter the workforce. So you will need one as well. You can, of course, have more than one suit if you would like, but you need at least one. And I'm here today to tell you what is a good idea to keep in mind when choosing your suit. Now, I know in other countries you have more freedom of color and prints and everything like that. And there are people who have that same fashion sense here in Japan. One of the first days I was here, there was a woman who was wearing a suit completely made out of jean fabric. But probably not the best choice for our job. But there have been Jets who have worn bright orange suits, blue suits, pastel colors, different things like that. But if you want to be safe, and I would also suggest this, very highly suggest this, you get a black suit. Especially if you are only bringing one suit, make sure it is black, just to rather be safe than sorry. If you bring more than one suit, of course, one can be black, and the other ones, I guess, can be whatever color you want or pattern you want, but know that maybe, depending on your school, you might not be able to wear it. I work in a senior high school, and I have like black dress pants and a tan blazer with a plaid blue and yellow stripe around it. And I also have a black suit. I am allowed to wear my brown blazer anytime I am required to wear a suit at my school. However, on graduation day, I am asked to wear a formal suit, which means a black suit. There are a lot of Jets here that got to graduation, and they had gray suits, they had blue suits, they had tan suits, or they had just like a really nice dress, and their school was not particularly happy with them because they did not have a black formal suit. That being said, not every school is going to really mind because every school is different. That is the famous term of Jet, every situation is different. Some schools are okay if their Jets just wear nice dress wear, not even a suit. But if you want to be on the safe side, please get a black suit. It does not have to be an extremely expensive suit. Suits can, go upwards of a couple $100s. You can get a nice suit for $100 or less, depending on where you go. You could even possibly get away with doing a black dress pants and a black blazer that are very, very close in color, in the same black shade. And you could probably get away with that. Now, I know in past there have been Jets that say certain shades of black are reserved for funerals. I have personally talked to a Japanese teacher and asked them this question, and it is very difficult to know what that shade is, I think, and to describe that shade to someone who is coming to Japan. And they said even themselves, like Japanese people, have a hard time telling what shade that is. And it can vary from region to region here in Japan, so do not worry too deeply about the shade of black. Just get a black suit. If it's an incorrect shade, I think they'll be more understandable than if you don't have a black suit in some cases, so keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind, what I was told by a Japanese teacher, was you wear a white shirt. Traditionally wear a white shirt underneath if you are asked to wear a formal suit. When they say formal suit, that means black. If they say informal, you have more of an opportunity to wear other colors. So when you are wearing a formal suit, please wear a white shirt underneath. I was told if you wear a black shirt and it's all black, that is reserved solely for funerals, and I think that's where a lot of the mindset from certain shades of black come from. If you wear a black shirt underneath a black suit, that is funeral attire. Again, it can vary from region to region, I bet. But that was what I was told. So either have like a white button down. At my school, females wear really nice white blouses that I don't typically see any of those female teachers wear any other time of the year. I think they reserve them solely for graduation day. I don't think you have to, but if you want to keep it nice and white for graduation day, maybe. But make sure you have a white shirt to go underneath. I was also told that if you wear a black tie with it for men, that is also funeral attire, so men can wear a pattern tie. I do know from observation of my graduation day, which just happened, that traditionally a lot of men wear white ties for graduation ceremonies, because that is something, there's some cultural tied to that, or means prosperity or so. I don't remember quite right what it is, but they wear white ties, so if you do have a white tie, you can bring that. Otherwise, any tie other than solid black is fine. If you do happen to go to a funeral here in Japan, again, black suit, black shirt, and I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly, for women, do not wear double necklaces, because the word double sounds close to some other word in Japanese, or in reference, or no, I may not be remembering this right, but I think it's that it means it may happen, double may mean that it happens over again and death will happen again. So there is something you should follow with that. So I hope many of you, and probably most of you, will not have to attend a funeral here in Japan, but this is what I was told by a teacher at my school, so that's really helpful knowledge to know. So if you have graduation ceremonies, you will likely be required to wear a black suit. So if you are only bringing one suit, bring a black one. If you are bringing more than one, you can of course choose another color. If it's a wild color or print you may be asked not to wear it, they may be fine with it because they know it's a cultural difference. But if you are bringing one suit, please bring black, and make sure you have a white shirt for underneath for graduation purposes. So if any of you are questioning if your suits are okay or not, again, every situation is different. Some schools may not be bothered if you don't have a black suit, but I was directly asked by my school to wear a black suit for graduation, or at least a supervisor from my school asked me to wear a black suit. And many of my other friends had some experiences where their schools were not particularly happy that they wore gray suits or navy suits to graduation, or even like a dress with a blazer over top. I have teachers at my school that wear a dress with a blazer over top and they were fine. So I'm guessing it's a school difference. But if you do have to do graduation ceremonies, which likely you will have to do in junior high school and high school, I'm not sure about elementary school, please bring a black suit. It'll just make everything easier. You won't have to worry about if you have to wear formal or informal unless you bring more than one suit, and you will be more like your coworkers when that day comes about. And I asked them why it has to be black, and it's just a way that they respect the graduates. So it also looks good, I guess, to the parents that you are also wearing black, because that means you're respecting their kids when they're graduating. So if you have a black suit, or if you don't, I would recommend bringing one. And That's all there is to it. I know when I was coming over, I had a bunch of questions of like, is this okay? Is this okay? And a lot of the consulates just say, you know, bring a black suit, and some are like, oh, you just bring any suit, you know, we don't want you to go out and buy another one. But if you are planning to go out and buy a suit, please make it easy on yourself, just bring a black suit. So I hope this helps.